I need to get back on.
Here's 20 minutes more. Ish. Hello and welcome to 20 Minutes More, the post-show chat where we just have a bit of a waffle after the main show. We're coming at you for our comedians. This will be next week when the show gets released, right at 10 o'clock, immediately after the main show goes up. So some people like to watch it all the way through because we love to give people the option here at 20 Minutes More. So welcome, guys. We have got some new guests on. Jay, it's been a little while since you've been on a few weeks ago. But Kevin, you've never been on the show before. How did you find it?
It's lovely. Yeah, it's nice. I'm getting used to doing online stuff just as it's all ending. People are going back to doing proper gigs again. Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And Socks, did you enjoy yourselves?
Very much so indeed. Yes. We too are going to miss this because obviously we're the right size for this kind of screen. We get lost on those great big stages.
Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? I can imagine that being a problem. So how's everyone's week's been? Everyone been doing okay?
I've done loads of work from home. Honestly, if my boss is watching, I have, seriously.
And if anyone else was watching?
Well, then they would have seen me lying on my hammock in the back garden, moving my mouse every now and again.
Yeah, it's been good this week, hasn't it?
Well, this weather, the return of the summer weather, at the same time last year when the lockdown started, it was great. And you start to enjoy this weather until you realize you've lined up a whole load of Zoom gigs that you were hoping people were going to stay indoors and watch. Like an idiot, you suddenly realize that's never going to happen again.
You're sat there you're sat there trying to cause the next pandemic, aren't you? You're like, I need these Zoom gigs back in. Let me just
if we could find a way of looking people, we would do.
If the next pandemic is started by Socks, then we all know.
Well, to be fair, it started last year. I was really like, I'd love some kind of time off work. And then the pandemic struck. And I was like, this is much more time than I ever wanted.
You wanted a week.
Yeah,
that's it.
I wanted maybe 2 weeks, a month. I was like a fucking year.
Yeah. If the next pandemic could last a month, that would be great.
You got to be careful what you wish for, because there was one guy who really fancied a bat sandwich about a year ago.
Okay then. Well, if the pandemic has obviously been very problematic, but with all the world of Zoom and all of the development that people have done over a year of having to be doing comedy on the internet, is there anything you want to see stay from that? Is there anything we are hoping that will stick around from the Zoom world?
The excuses. Because I don't have to do so many social things that I don't want to do, but just go, oh, I've double booked a Zoom thing. Sorry, I can't do that. But now they're like, oh, you haven't, because I've come around to you. I can see you sat in your living room playing Call of Duty, and I can't. It's harder to get out of them. Like, I'm currently doing this in my boxers, like genuinely. So I can't stand up, but I feel like I'll get arrested if I do that at an actual show.
Yeah,
I might try it first one, actually. Why not?
A lot of people have got used to a lot of ball breathing space.
Yes.
We've also got used to having green screen, and we want green screen in the real world. We want to be able to go anywhere and convince people we don't live in a shithole.
You should see the rest of my house. If I turn this camera around, you'll see the fucking mayhem that I live in. This is the only wall that's calm.
Kevin, is there anything you want to see stick around from the world of lockdown?
No. Like I said, really enjoyed like the first 3 months of it, and now like it's just went on way too long. Trying to like just I really close become to alcoholic, just like full time, because you can just drink. So like and you're kind of going, oh, I'm saving money and I'm hanging out with like the people I want to all the time, but it's like I'm just in a habit now of drinking with the same 2-3 people all the time. It's nice, but like it's like I need something else. I need more stimulation.
Yeah. I'm starting to
Wow.
understand how like autistic children feel because I'm just there was a point during the first lockdown where I was just like, I need structure. I need structure in my life, and I had to go. I made it like a whiteboard, and I did like what I'm doing like hour by hour each day because I just had to do it. I had to do like 3 weeks of that, and it was like, oh, cool, I've got structure back in my life. It was like I can have a day off, and then it just everything returns back to how it was, and you're like rocking in the corner. That was my first lockdown.
See, I was going to say, like, a lack of stimulation has been one of the biggest sticking points for me over this year-long lockdown, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, why the hell do you think we're here tonight?
2 crusty socks, one for everyone.
This is the modern day equivalent of getting you out of the house, getting you in that room to shout at strangers. I tell you what, another thing we're looking forward to is a new topic of conversation, apart from which sodding vaccine did you get?
Yeah.
Not even any bloody weather to talk about.
I went for all of them. I've got one of each.
How many
You're
times
one
have
of
you
the
done
COVID
that?
vaccine, yeah.
Yeah.
This is when you find out that if you take all of the COVID vaccines, like all of them, then you get superpowers.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
That's what I'm fucking hoping. All
Yeah,
I've got
there's
is a slightly sore arm and a fucking nothing else. I was so disappointed.
There is definitely an alternative Spider-Man universe where he gets an extra COVID injection.
Yes.
I thought that'd be the Batman version that we're looking at, but
Why Batman over Spider-Man?
because bats cause the
Oh yeah,
There's
but of
not-
course.
there's not
man,
a pangolin man,
Batman.
so I just
I was thinking
maybe
about the
Man-Bat-
origin story too much.
Maybe Man-Bat is Man-Bat better.
Man-Bat.
Man-Bat would be better, but I don't know if
Batman,
it'd be too
sorry.
niche and no one would get me. I don't know if no one would get the Man-Bat
Oh,
reference.
well done for knowing your Man-Bat. Do you know
I'm a
Man-Bat from the
huge-
cartoons, or do you know Man-Bat from the original
Comics.
Neil Adams
From the
comics?
comic.
You
From
are
the
our
comic,
man.
obviously.
Jay.
Obviously.
Yeah, I tell you what, we're hanging out when this is all over. You think?
All day. I mean, I've got a lot of used socks, but yeah, you can add to the pile. It's fine. Not a problem.
We could talk about Batman all night, but I'm assuming, Simon, that's not the topic of conversation that you had in mind.
Go for it. Like, we'll do whatever you will. I mean,
this is literally the book that I've been writing in today.
Fantastic. So, who's your favourite Batman? Everybody, you got to have a favourite Batman. Movies,
No,
comics,
Dick
whichever.
Grayson.
Dick
Adam
Grayson.
West.
Yeah,
I mean,
for the short time that Dick Grayson was when he was Batman and Damian was Robin, and it was great banter between those guys.
Wow.
Am I getting too deep into it? Sorry.
Well, the Venn diagram with people who were aware that Dick Grayson had been Batman for a while, and the other circle, which is everybody else in the world, fairly disproportionate circles, I would see there, Jay. But well done.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry, Ben Affleck. Is that a better answer?
No, Ben Affleck is
No.
not the best answer. No, Nightwing would have been a better answer than.
No, I mean it's got to be Adam West, hasn't it? Like
Is that the guy that used to run around in like the tie?
in the '60s one, yeah. In the 60s comedy.
Genuinely,
Kevin
when I was
Conroy.
growing up in Ireland, that's the one they used to play on Saturday mornings because Ireland couldn't afford the rights to the proper fucking.
with the bat shark repellent spray. and all
Oh
that.
yeah, man.
Yeah, they're really cheesy, like the pow when they punch everything. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Climbing up the building like that. Yeah.
My favorite thing about that series was every single time he needed something from his utility belt, it was stuck on just above his right butt cheek. Every time, no matter what it was that he needed from there, it could be the myriad of different things, sometimes one after another, and they would always come from that same spot, and it was just little touches like that just made it brilliant.
Maybe Batman's a Time Lord. Shit.
The Batman Doctor Who crossover. Now that's going to be confusing.
Utility belt is bigger on the inside. The worst thing was when we were kids, we watched Batman when we were like 6 years old, and we didn't know it was a comedy. We thought it was the most dramatic thing ever. And then it's not been on the TV for a while, and you get into your teens, and they start showing it again, and you go into school, and everybody says, "Oh, did you see that Batman? Wasn't it funny?" And you're kind of, yes, it was very funny. God, that's worse than finding out about Santa. That was.
Oh, yeah,
What
that's
about
one of
Santa?
those. One of those things that blows your mind when you discover it, isn't it? Like that Batman was supposed to be a comedy, that the Beatles is a pun. Like, how old were you when you discovered that the Beatles?
Wait.
was a pun?
Beatles is a pun. I've today. This old.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I can't. Yeah, I don't know if you could guess. I'm not a massive Beatles guy, but
Well, I mean, you've seen their name written down now.
wait, have I seen the word Beatles written down? Yeah.
No. Have you seen the word Beatles written down? Yeah. Then have you seen the
I'm so
Beatles written
confused
down?
now.
Right. Have you seen the Beatles written down?
I'm
And then
assuming
compare
so
it
at some
to
point.
Beatles written down. It's Beatles, not Beetles.
The
It's like the
dyslexic
beat.
math teacher in me took no sense to that at all. Didn't even notice it at all.
It's like the Beatles. It's like the beat of a drum,
I get
not
it.
like a
It's
little
not
bug.
clever though, Simon. It's not that. It's okay. It's like it looks more like a misspelling at best.
I mean,
rather than a genius move by John Lennon. It looks like you had dyslexia. That's all that happens.
Yeah. I do that every time I write anything. I'm a genius. Fuck this. Like, call me Kanye West. It's cool.
Do you think this is an art form that has been lost? The art of giving bands shit names? Because well, I think those days may be over, but you could call people the Monkeys, and everybody goes, "Oh, you see, it's sort of funny for about a second."
I don't know if you'd get away with calling a band the Monkeys now, especially if they had one of me in it. Like,
no,
I don't know.
like now people have ridiculous names though. So there's a person that was someone at school was talking about, one of the kids at my school. It's the six. His name is 6IX9INE.
Yeah,
669.
he's also a shit rapper. He's also a really bad rapper. So I can't even like live with it really. Some of the stupid names I can get on board with, but if you're a shit rapper as well, then
terrible.
No time for it at all.
Yeah, there are quite a lot of names these days. They just look like they created the name by dropping their phone.
Yeah.
Or like, do you know when you're sending a text and you're lying in bed and like you drop the phone on your face and you hits your face and then it sends whatever it's hit and then you have to like explain that I've just dropped the phone on my face. I'm sorry.
Same thing happens to our favourite band, Cough Fivvy.
Okay then, guys. So 20 minutes more. We normally play a little game called Alternative Opinions. Now, everyone in the world loves alternative truth, but here we love an alternative opinion. And alternative opinions, just taking a headline from an opinion piece. It's always from The Guardian because it's the best for this kind of fodder. And basically, we get rid of some of the words from the title. Can you fill in? I'm going to ask my comedians to fill in the gap. So our first one this week is. Oh, hang on a sec. As always, I've got rushed ahead of myself and not shared my screen. So here we go. Professionalism to the rescue, ladies and gentlemen. Psychedelics are transforming the way we understand blank.
Lobsters.
The Wombles. That's what I'm going to go with.
Nice.
Actually, if the parties we went to as a kid are anything to go by, psychedelics are transforming the way we understand wallpaper. Hey, man, look at the wallpaper.
Psychedelics are transforming the way we understand the spelling of the Beatles.
Is it just Fortnite? Because I still don't get that shit.
I thought it might have been the inevitability of time's inevitable and unstoppable march onwards.
Okay.
Frankly, I think Castlemaine 4X can help you with that.
Is it the Sims language? I'm sure at some points I knew what the fuck they were talking about.
No, guys. No, guys, our topic this week was psychedelics are transforming the way we understand depression and its treatment, which I thought was quite a really interesting article. What did everyone make of this bit of news, guys?
I thought, get high while you're down. Is that not what people do anyway?
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about the whole thing because, like, a lot of people I know are depressed are just fucking with drugs all the time. But no, it seems like a legit study. I'd give it a go if I had another bout. Just, fuck off to Amsterdam for a weekend, try some mushrooms.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was this made in California or damn? Like, it's got to be one.
Because that was where it all started. The LSD was originally processed in order to test, to help mental illnesses back in the 1950s, wasn't it? And it just turned people into vegetables and psychotics. So I think it's gone full circle.
Well, I've just got that.
There's no punchline here.
I've got the scene from, I don't know if you lot have watched that Nurse Ratched or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
On Netflix, the American Horror Story spin-off. Yeah, and there's that scene where the guy's off his tits on LSD and just like fucking chops someone's arm off for the shits of it. Like, and I'm like, that's mental. Surely that can't be, like, how much have you taken for that to seem okay in your head? Like, surely.
Oh yeah, but that's television portrayal of absolutely anything, isn't it? Like, I was watching a show the other day where someone had been given like a tiny little bit of spliff, and they took like 2 puffs on it and put it out, and the next shot was them having eaten an entire cake. And you think, that's not the thing that's caused that to happen.
Simon, I've got mates like that. They only need to be around a spliff and be like, "Oh my god, I'm so high." I'm not even gone near it. Chill out.
Yes, this is the equivalent of that half a can of shandy they used to get you pissed when you were 12.
Yeah. Going down the shop, you thought you were so cool buying that little can of shandy.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I actually got alcohol in it. Yeah. Going to say something and that's completely gone from my head. No, I'll tell you what I was going to say. Like, you know what, right? Because I was having a read of his study, right? Yeah, and it sounds like quite cool. Like his. I kind of my worry about this, right? Yeah, is if this becomes like the normal treatment. There's going to be so many people signing up with depression, just going, yeah, I know, come on, man. Like, you take us off to a room and then you like talk trippy shit to me while I take magic mushrooms. Like, I'm depressed. I'm so depressed. Please, just let me do it. Let me do it. Like,
it's going to be so hard for therapists not to fuck with people. Like, just go, like on your 4th or 5th patient of the day, you're going to like start fucking with like, oh, there's a dragon in the corner. Like I really. What I would love to see is that they like introduce cocaine into therapy, because like that would just be the worst job for a therapist. Some cunt talking at you for 30 minutes. Going to write a film.
After 5 minutes, you can tell him he's had a whole hour.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just put a cardboard cutout of yourself up and then just fuck off for an hour and then come back. Like, it's fine.
All right then. Well, what problems do you think could be improved in life then with various drugs? What drugs could improve day-to-day life for people?
All of them.
Yeah.
Just a lie.
Lockdown
the
would
mayonnaise.
have been a lot easier.
If I was off, if I was off my tits for all of it, I was gonna say this sounds ridiculous. Good.
Yeah, no, like
people
go to the pub. Yeah, people go to the pub every Friday, like just because they're like fucked with their lives. You don't see like happy people like getting absolutely hammered every Friday and Saturday. It's like we're already using stuff to cure it. It's a load of shit. But I think give it a go, guys.
I think the worst people are the people who are kidding themselves that they're actually normal, that they've not got any problems. Like, for example, you guys. You think you're looking at some talking socks?
No, I don't know what's going on. At the start of this, I can't believe I've done a show with a pair of socks.
Entirely in your imagination, pal.
Quite possibly. I don't know what's happening at this point, but we roll.
I tell you another thing that we could use drugs for. I miss the acid casualties that you used to get. Rock music was all full of people who took drugs once and then went totally bonkers. When was the last time? People now go into the industry already totally bonkers. They're Kanye West and teetotal. What's the world coming to?
Yeah. I second that opinion. Kids, don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. But let's get drugs back into rock and roll because like all of these people now useless.
Do you not think as well? Like I want to see an Olympics where you're allowed performance enhancing drugs.
I think that'd be brilliant. Yeah.
That's what
Just
a
let them do
level playing field. Let's have a level playing field and just scatter syringes over it.
Do stuff as they want. It might be quicker.
Yeah, well, I mean, it certainly would be. Like, there might be a few more deaths, but then
Yeah, that's fine. There's been plenty in the NFL. It's not a problem.
To be
Small
fair,
price to go slightly faster.
there's certain drugs for certain sports, aren't there? Like the cyclists seem to want these drugs that make their legs go all big and fat. And the most boring sport of all has no drugs at all. Racing car driving, Formula One, drug-free sport, boring as shit. I think, and of course, football just has cocaine, which is not so much performance enhancing as tax deductible.
That is a fair point. The snooker, that doesn't really have. Do you know what? The one I liked was darts. They had to ban the darts players from drinking alcohol during the game because there used to be just a table next to the jockey. It would just end up just piled high at the end of like a game of darts. Just so many pint glasses. It was like a health trap. But trying to convince people it was a real sport, and you just think, why bother? Let them do it.
Do you know?
If
Any sport
doing it is even more impressive. Yeah.
If you can be that accurate, I was just saying, if you can be that accurate after like 50, if you can be that accurate after 15 pints, fucking that's the sport. I couldn't be. I'd be throwing it into someone's head.
They were professional drinkers. Like the sport is not about darts. It is about being able to drink a buckload. Like was there ever like a teetotal darts player? Like that, like match it. Like
how about this?
I was going to suggest the handicap system where we're all adequate at the sport. Maybe something like pool. Everybody's fairly good at, but no one's exceptional. And then do it on increasing levels of drugs. So we're going to play the same game again, but this time we're on ketamine. That would count. That's a perfect pedigree system right there.
That sounds great. What you could even do is you could have like a little ranking bit, and the people like when the horses win a lot, and then you put an extra weight on the horses. You give someone an extra bump of ketamine. There's like a sort of a bat to balance it out and keep everything fair.
As long as you
just sort out my next gig.
Because if you're on speed and the other guy's stoned, I think.
Okay. Well, you know what, right? Yeah, we thought an Olympics with performance enhancing in drugs. I like the idea of an Olympics just with the sort of the general drugs on the market. You can do piss javelin, ketamine 100 meters. I think that would be amazing. Guys, we've come to the end of our wonderful little chat here and 20 minutes more. It's been so wonderful to be joined by my guests this week. We've had the brilliant Jay Sandhu, we've had the fantastic Kevin O'Connell, and the Falsetto Sock Puppet Theatre. I've been Simon Hall. It's been such a pleasure. Unfortunately, the show that you will have just seen as this goes out is the last ever 27-minute comedy hour, or will be for now, unless there's another lockdown. So let's hope that Bojo gets it right this time and we can do proper gigs instead. But please do keep an eye out on the page because there's going to be live shows coming to Bedford near you. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. As always, a massive thanks to Dan Lyth, who's put together all our music, and to the wonderful Mike Hall, who's put together all of our artwork. And once again, guys, thank you so much for joining me on our penultimate 20 minutes more. Goodbye.
Night.